2, 1, go. And here we are. We're in game.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Game 3 in the Best of 5 series between Liereyy and DauT as part of the Escape Gaming Euro Cup Qualifier B Finals. If you're looking for the other matches, again, you can find all those on YouTube, of course. Make sure you watch them before. The question is, on everyone's mind, is can Liereyy go with a nice clean 3-0 sweep versus DauT, or will DauT reverse sweep him? The map today is going to be Ghost Lake. On the left-hand side of the map, we have Liereyy playing as the Red Britons, and on the right, we have DauT playing as the Blue Indians.
Yeah, two civs which have been quite popular in our recent events, especially the Indians, which have a really high pick rate and a surprisingly low win rate in comparison to how often they are picked and how often they are still picked. In fact, out of all of our tournaments so far since since December 2016, the Indians have been picked 76 times. They're the second most picked civ, and that's a huge amount of picks. The Britons don't even feature in the top 6. They are way down, and they're still quite a popular choice just because they're a solid civ in AOC, and they still remain a solid civ here in the expansions. But the Indians are up there. However, the Indians' win rate is starting to kind of decline as players are kind of figuring them out a little more. And, you know, the thing about the Indians, they're just so reliable, but they're not invincible.
They're definitely not, and I want to take a brief moment to touch on exactly what makes the Indians such a popular pick in the current metagame. Of course, hopefully this will change a bit with upcoming balance changes, but the general idea is that the Indians have a very strong economy at all stages in the game, but particularly it really starts to ramp up in the Castle Age, and that's because they have the discounted villager cost. It's up to 20% in the Castle Age. And also, their Imperial Camels, hand cannoneers, bombard cannons, etc. are all very difficult to deal with. They just have an army comp that can be quite hard to break. I will say that even sometimes elephant archers can see some play too as a way to disincentivize your opponent from making archers. But like you said, the Britons, they've got the strong early game economy, they've got an excellent Castle Age boom of their own, and I think they have the potential to apply some pressure on the Indians. So we'll have to see if Liereyy is able to pull that one off.
Yeah, it's all about the Brits taking the initiative and going in early, trying to get the Indians worn down before the Indians get to the super late game. Interestingly enough, the Indians actually have a 100% win rate against Britons on Ghost Lake, but obviously that doesn't tell us the whole story because, you know, the civ is in the hands of different players, right? One of those notable games I do remember, Nikov versus Tato, I think it was. And the elephant archers were indeed used to break the post-imperial Brits, and those elephant archers completely impervious to arrow fire, so good at dealing with them. But Nikov crucially forgot, even though he won the game, he did forget Parthian tactics for his elephant archers and ended up losing a lot more than he should have done. But even still, the Indians here, I just by default say Italians now because they're just ridiculously OP, but the Indians are a great choice for this map, and they're also just a great choice in general because they're just reliable. Like you say, their eco bonus is so reliable. They're a comfort pick, I would say.
Oh yeah, a great well-rounded civilization with a threatening late game to boot. I feel like if there are any civs that they struggle against, maybe it would be some of the meso-civs like the Mayans in theory that don't have cavalry units, but versus the Britons, I mean, you've got elephant archers and whatnot to deal with that late-game Britons' death ball. It's worth noting, something weird I've figured out somewhat recently, is that elephant archers actually have -2 armor versus archers, but they still have a base 3 armor and so much HP that it doesn't matter. They're still a great counter versus those archer units. Really, once the Indians get their eco rolling, it can be difficult to stop them. But the Indians, as we've seen from the win rate and the stats, they're strong, but they're not immortal, and I fully expect Liereyy to put up a great fight here. DauT going to start off with the barracks, and Liereyy as well, mirroring him in return.
Yeah, Lierey's going to scout that, and you know we should take a quick look at the maps before this drush comes in. And I'm guessing it's going to be the drush from Liereyy because he did he did build a barracks with 2 villagers to get it up that much faster, and indeed he's queuing the militia. But DauT's got a really easily walled map here. He can close this up so easily. The gold's in the back, and unlike that first match, he actually does have all of his gold relatively easy to defend. And he's already started walling up with the barracks in the house, and he can continue that on the right side between the trees. Liereyy, on the other hand, it's wallable, sure, but it's not ideal. The gold is going to make up part of the wall, and since the gold's pretty close to the actual frozen ice in the middle of the lake, there's no easy way for him to protect his gold here. So, you know, what goes around comes around, I guess. As many good maps as you get, you're going to get as many bad maps as well. And I guess the only saving grace for Liereyy here is, although his main gold is very exposed, the secondary gold in the back is actually easy to defend if he walls up towards the edge of the map.
Yeah, that it is. A skilled player can adapt to the map and change their strategy. Now, one interesting discrepancy right now is that DauT hasn't actually found Lierey's base yet, whereas Lierey's been camping his scout right at the front. So DauT's been effectively playing in the dark. Liereyy knew that the drush was coming. He saw the flags on the barracks indicating that there are units garrisoned inside this, and right now he's just kiting these militia around, standing in front of them, being super annoying. Meanwhile, DauT still hasn't seen Liereyy yet, and is now pulling his scout back, actually, as a way to try and deal with this drush. He needs to do this because the early game scout is so decisive in these fights, so he's already taken a little bit of chip damage. It's going to take good micro to win this one.
Yeah, Lierey's looking good going into that fight already, focusing down on the scout with the 3 militia. Scout's got 1 health, and Liereyy should come out on top in this fight now, as his scout is looking fairly healthy, and he's keeping it 2v1 with the militias here. So really a good fight for Liereyy there, and showing off once again how he's able to micro his way out of almost any situation, it would seem. Look at that, Liereyy up here, walling his villager in, held hostage by the wolf until he completes Loom. Once Loom is up, he can go and kill the wolf.
Oh, that's so funny. And I also, like, never see that, but that's a big play. Honestly, Expert Age of Empires 2 is all about those little things, gaining tiny incremental advantages, and if Liereyy lost that villager before Loom, that would put him behind and would potentially ruin the slight advantage that he has over DauT right now. Great early game control from both these players, but Liereyy comes out on top with some good focus fire. You want to waste as much of a military unit's time as humanly possible in those fights by just kiting them around, making them chase you while one of your other units is hitting them. And now the militia are in DauT's woodline. All he needs to do, all Liereyy wants is DauT to just make his villagers go idle, bunch up on each other, and start bugging out like they do in HD all the time. And that's why the drush doesn't need to kill anything. Just get those villagers to fight you.
Just gotta do some eco-harassment. It's not about killing. Although, saying that, Liereyy will lose 1 militia pretty quickly. And,
yeah.
I mean, okay, DauT will keep his scout alive with 1 health, but Liereyy is able to do much more harass damage with these militia than a 1 HP scout. So, as far as I'm concerned right now, Liereyy did come out on top from that drush. Both players, though, going up to the feudal age now, Liereyy going up much earlier than DauT, but look at his resources. With 27 villagers, Lierey's still going to be able to do a fast castle off the back of this. And DauT, on the other hand, going up with 29 villagers, probably thinking to do the same since he's fully walled up, but it's going to be a little bit slower than Liereyy. So Liereyy might be able to take an early advantage here with his TCs going up a little sooner, perhaps. We'll wait and see, but feudal age coming in for Liereyy much sooner than DauT, that's for sure.
I think it's really important that DauT managed to keep his scout alive on 1 HP instead of losing it, and I think that he felt like he really had to do that because he hadn't even scouted Lierey's base at all. In Age of Empires 2, you need to be able to know what your opponent's doing, get that map control, that vision, and then go for the appropriate counter strategy. Similarly, that's why it's so valuable, I feel, that Liereyy still has that 1 militia around. Maybe he can scout to see some archer ranges, stables, who knows? And DauT will see the archer range, yes, and I'm assuming the blacksmith is coming down somewhere. Yes, it is. It's coming down on the right. Liereyy has set himself up for an excellent fast castle time, which is bolstered by the Britons' excellent economy, and it looks like it's going to be crossbows for him.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, the thing here for DauT is that, you know, that scouting info on the ranges makes no difference because he knows that Lierey's going crossbow. But it's still good to know, okay, he's actually got quite an exposed gold. He's, you know, what has he got in the back? Is he going to be leaving his base early to get the additional gold piles, or will he be safe in the back of his base? And DauT now has that knowledge. DauT, meanwhile, building an archery range of his own, and Liereyy is going to spot that, and that is more valuable because the Indians, god damn it, the Indians could also go into a stable and make camels, since their camels are extra beefy. They can perform quite well versus crossbows even, but the safe play for DauT here is to get the ranges up, and I guess the challenge here is that Lierey's going to outrange him, and Lierey's a great micro player. So if DauT is unable to get Liereyy into a good fight, he could end up just losing a lot of units to Lierey's micro here.
Yeah, great point there, and that the Britons, even though they have a fairly good night rush, bolstered by their cheaper town centers and faster sheep gathering, the crossbows are just generally really predictable from them. But with the Indians, you're never quite sure, and DauT went out of his way to hide his buildings inside his walls too. So now that Liereyy knows this, he can prepare appropriately, and it looks like, what is DauT's response going to be? You're right, the crossbowman thing would just not work out for him, considering he'd get out-microed by Lierey's additional range, and that's one of the weaknesses of the Indians, I feel like, due to Castle Age superior crossbow pressure. So DauT's like, screw that, I'm going for skirmishers, grabbing that fletching upgrade, and with the reduced cost of elite skirmisher, which he cannot afford yet, I wonder how that will work out.
Well, I mean, again, the skirms can still be kited, but they are going to be a little bit better versus
he's also not castle yet, too. Yeah.
And he's not castle yet. But, yeah, I mean, actually, camels in the Castle Age are pretty good versus crossbows. We saw it in previous games. We've seen multiple times groups of camels chasing down crossbows. It can work pretty well, especially since the camels are cheaper than knights. But still, Liereyy here, taking the initiative, moving out across the map. He's not got Bodkin Arrow coming in just yet, and that's mostly because right now he's getting his second TC up. He's focused on villager production, and Bodkin Arrow is not super necessary as well, as DauT is not in the Castle Age either. But right now, Elite Skirmisher coming straight in for DauT, and I think he feels like it's probably his only option at the moment.
Yep. 7 range is decisive in these fights, and if you are going for skirmishers like this, which is an interesting idea for sure, it's one of the many options that DauT has at this point. Padded Archer armor is very, very important. Bodkin Arrow will be also super important for him. That way he can actually leverage his Pierce armor better. The reduced cost of Elite Skirmisher certainly makes this a more viable strategy, but his castle timing is slower, and Liereyy, with his good map information, knows that this is an easily raidable wood line, and he will have to pull back his villagers and, well, build a panic house, I suppose, in the meantime. But DauT sees this as an opportunity perhaps to box in these crossbowmen. Maybe Liereyy will get caught here.
He's backing away, but you're right. I mean, he could easily get cornered in this section of the map. Liereyy currently doing Bodkin Arrow, though, and we'll switch to his point of view. He'll see those elite skirmishers coming in from a mile away and take their hill. Now, let's see if Liereyy decides to take the micro fight here. He does have enough crossbows where he can win this fight, and the micro is on point. He takes out 2 skirms straight away. He just needs to focus down on the low skirmishers here, but DauT's closing the gap, making sure to do as much damage as he can, and with all the micro in the world, Lierey's probably still going to struggle to win this fight, but if he keeps this up, he might just do it. Man, he is crazily good at this. He's just so good. And at the same time, pushing out with another group on the front as well.
Look at both of them trading the high ground back and forth. I can't tell who it's over for. And also some excellent splits. Of course, if you walk perpendicular to an enemy shot, you can help dodge those projectiles. Meanwhile, Liereyy not really microing on the right side in that engagement, so he is losing a lot, while he's trying to micro like an absolute god on the left, and he's succeeding at it, but a wolf joins the fray. Will it go for the low HP crossbow?
Yep.
It does! What the hell?
Yeah. Man, it sucks for Liereyy here that the wolf got involved, because this might have been a victory had the wolf not joined the fight. Man, that's unfortunate.
Killing
Guy
spree.
wins again. 3 kills for the wolf, and DauT's just like, thank you. Thank you.
Triple kill. The wolf takes down that army. Liereyy was so focused on winning the left. That was his pride and joy. That he wasn't microing on the right, and then he loses that fight anyway, so minor victory here for DauT. DauT's at 46 population, Lierey's at 47, so they're still really, really close to each other. But one of the problems with going for elite skirmishers is that they apply less offensive pressure because they just have weaker combat stats. They're primarily a counter unit. And also, they're really easily countered by things like a single knight or a mangonel. So DauT must retreat, taking a little bit of chip damage, and Liereyy still fine.
Oh, we got a bit of lag. Can we just pause?
Yes, let's pause.
Okay, let's just pause while the lag equalizes. wait for it to recover a little bit. We're just pausing the stream, or not the stream, but the game, while my OBS tells me there's going to be no more frame drops. It's happened a couple of times, and then it's recovered after a few seconds. So we'll just pause the game so you guys don't miss anything here. It does look like it's already stabilized.
Oh, okay. All right. Let me know then.
Let me just give it another second or two just to make sure. Yeah, it looks good. We can resume.
Okay. So
okay, 3, 2, 1, resume. And we're all good here. I'll keep an eye on it and let you know if it drops any more, but it looks like it's stabilized here.
Sounds good. Well, here's what's also stabilized. This game, as DauT has to pull back, not able to move in. He has no answer to this Mangonel yet. And Liereyy, even though he's severely outnumbered military unit-wise, his Mangonel is very strong. So, DauT has to respond with the defensive siege workshop. He had a lot of options there. You know, he could have built a stable and gone for a camel or something like that. But he's opting for the Mangonel, so we're once again going to see Superior Micro be decisive here. And DauT has to wait for that Mangonel to come out. It takes a really long time to create it, and he doesn't want to take that fight until then. Liereyy, though, has seen the siege workshop, so I think he's going to either back off or try and swing around the left again and raid that wood line.
You know, something I want to add here is that DauT has been very late to add his second TC, and he's pretty late to add his third TC as well. Obviously, the Siege Workshop will also slow him down on that a little bit. Third TC is just coming up at the back now at 23 minutes and 12 seconds. And Liereyy here, in the meantime, his third TC is already going up, but Liereyy, crucially, already has got himself a 6 villager advantage. Not only that, but, you know, he's still threatening the wood line here from DauT, and he's going to find himself maybe another kill. Oh, no, never mind.
Wow.
But still, idle time.
And it's that high ground advantage there. That crossman lived with 1 HP. Perhaps this is one of the answers to the Indians that we've been waiting for. A civilization that happens to have just an insanely powerful castle age boom. Liereyy was able to get out additional town centers early and just pull ahead. And we see the extra range also being instrumental here. DauT just kind of always been playing on the back foot this game, and his economy is just not that strong. He has a lot of gold and not enough other resources. And now he has to wait for his Mangonel to come swinging around here, but Mangonels live shots if they are on the low ground from another Mangonel, so DauT knows this too, and he's not sure what to do.
Yeah, Liereyy here keeping the hill in his favor, and not only that, but Lierey's extra range on the crossbows, giving him a little bit more vision, can preemptively move his Mangonel, out micro DauT. Yeah, I mean, Liereyy is just such a strong micro player, and he knows that he can push this advantage now. Adding in more crossbows, taking advantage, of course, of the extra range that they get, they can actually outrange the Mangonel. So with a bit of micro, Liereyy can take down Mangonels very easily as well here. And I can't believe this, but DauT looks like he's on the back foot for the third game in a row as Liereyy prepares to make his push now, but needs to go back until the reinforcements arrive.
As the Indians, no less. What an entertaining series so far, despite it not being super close. However, DauT holds on. He endures the attack. We'll have to see if he can survive this one too, as Liereyy crucially only has 1 Mangonel here, so it's 2 Mangonels versus 1, but Liereyy has way more crossbowmen. So DauT has to make sure he doesn't take any huge Mangonel shots, which of course he does! Absolute disaster! He loses all the oh my gosh. He loses all the skirms. Here comes a Mangonel!
And he'll trade the Mangonel.
No!
Liereyy, superior micromanagement right here. And right now, DauT is outnumbered. He's got 8 army versus Lierey's 23. Great mango shot, great trade on the mango on the left side. And now Liereyy has got an easy task of taking down DauT's Mangonel here on the right side, should he choose to accept it. But DauT here is in a big trouble. This TC on the front is so exposed. You know, Liereyy can come in with a couple of Mangonels and start wailing away on that TC. DauT is just not looking good right here. But DauT is getting ballistics, and that's something that I was going to say before. I think Liereyy should really consider getting ballistics soon. He has really got a good number of crossbows here, and he should be able to take down these Mangonels much easier with ballistics researched.
We've seen the Naga counter. It's light of heaven. It's the Britons, the Indians, seemingly an unstoppable civilization, getting completely destroyed by that range bonus, outranging those Mangonels. But DauT, with a large army of elite skirmishers, trying to strategically position them so carefully with 3 Mangonels. This is such A dangerous situation. DauT narrowly avoiding some mangonel shots, also dodging some on. What?
No way! No way! Lierey's gonna get another mangonel here. Oh my god, Lierey's micro is so good.
This is absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. It's like Lierey's playing in the Matrix, juking all of those shots. DauT has so many mangonels, but he just keeps skimming all of Lierey's ones. He's taking a unit that's so slow, and he's making it feel like a manga die. Dude, and those crossbow splits too. Lierey's playing out of his mind.
Yeah, Liereyy is playing this so good, and honestly, right there, DauT just getting outclassed with this micro. It was such a good micro from Liereyy. Seriously, beautiful play from him. He'll clean up the remaining skirmishes from DauT, and DauT's just sending more and more mangonels into the fight here. But unbelievably, maybe even on top of this, you know, not only was that amazing for Liereyy, but he's up to the Imperial Age.
Wow, baited and outsmarted. What the hell is this? Liereyy looking absolutely invincible, going up to the Imperial Age, and yet DauT is the man that just does not die. Ever. It's very hard to actually kill DauT. When he resigns, it's because he wants to, otherwise he bleeds very, very slowly. He's only behind by a couple hundred score, and even though he has absolutely no food in the bank, which is crucial, and this is because he's been spending it all on elite skirmishers, he's not completely out of this, though, but he is in deep, deep, deep trouble because of the Imperial Age coming out. So I don't know what DauT can do at this point. He has the Indians' economy, so if he can get up to the Imperial Age, like, ASAP, maybe, but it's looking grim.
Yeah, he's going to be in a really tough spot when Liereyy hits Imp, and, you know, right now, DauT so far behind in food. He's lost 42 units, killing only 34, but a lot of those units have been mangonels, which Lierey's traded so well against. He's just playing out of his mind today, and at the moment he's doing light cavalry and scale barding armor, so he can get some light cavalry out once he hits the, well, straight away right now even, which is perfect to take down the skirmishers. But I don't know, man. I almost feel like DauT might just throw in the towel when that Imperial Age comes in, because it's really fast. Like, that is a really fast Imperial time, considering the amount of military Lierey's been pumping out so far this game as well.
Yeah, and that's one of the downsides of going for elite skirmishers. Age of Empires 2 is a remarkably well-balanced game where you have to make these trade-offs. The elite skirmishers, you forfeit a bit of offensive pressure. You waste a lot of food and wood that could have otherwise been stockpiled if you were going for crossbowmen. And he might just throw in the towel. The Imperial Age is coming out. This means yet another range for Liereyy. Another one. He's going to snipe off that mangonel with ease. Probably get Arbalest plus Bracer. I don't know what the answer from DauT's going to be, but he's stockpiling money, so he's thinking about it. He basically has to get to Imp as fast as humanly possible and pray that Liereyy is really, really slow.
Yeah, hoping and praying in this game is not the ideal situation. Hoping your opponent makes a mistake as your only sort of window of opportunity to come back in. You gotta take it in your own hands and do what you can. DauT here up to Imperial as well, but he's forfeited lots of military production to do that. He's only got 9 army. He idled all of his ranges, and now Lierey's pushing out with Arbalest, with Bracer done. That's 10 range now on these Arbalest. And even if DauT had continued making military, I mean, they would have been taken out anyway, right? I mean, 7 range versus 10. 9 attack damage, 5 pierce armor, 4 damage. I mean, they would one-shot skirms easily at this point as well. But he's going to focus on the mangonels, of course. They're going to get taken down in 2 quick volleys. And DauT now, what can he do? What can he do?
I didn't even react to those Arbalest because the Mangonel aggroed to the Seed Workshop, and then it has such a long reload time. In that case, you want to make sure that it's not attacking anything, so it'll auto-attack the Arbalest that are coming in. Poor DauT losing both those Mangonels. I mean, that's kind of the comeback mechanic he has to pray for, is that he gets the Mangonel shot of the gods and swings the game. It's happened many, many times. But DauT is playing this right in that he has to get to the Imperial Age or it's just absolutely over. And he's like 50% of the way there. It's just, he's so far behind. Liereyy has what seems to be an insurmountable lead.
He already has capped RAM, and this TC, which we spoke about earlier, is now going to be the first target for Lierey's siege. That's going to go down very quickly. And that's also going to put 13 of DauT's villagers idle as well. So DauT here absolutely outplayed in this one. And I mean, Liereyy is showing us how it's done right now. There's villagers coming out to fight the ram, but of course the arbalest in the back. I just got to punish that kind of move. So Liereyy is so far ahead, and DauT's just hoping, okay, if I get enough skirms, if I get enough, you know, if I get Bracer out when I get to Imp, I might be able to do something with that. But the chances of that happening are slim, to say the least, and DauT is throwing away villagers here. I think he cannot defend this TC. It is surely going to go down.
Man, he's even trying to make his own rams to soak up that arrow fire, pick off the opposing rams and mangonels. He's just trying to throw everything he can at this, but crucially, there is no Imperial Skirmisher upgrade, unless it's the Vietnamese, so compared to Arbalest, the Elite Skirmishers were at their peak power in the Castle Age, and now they're just so much weaker. I don't know how DauT can possibly do this. He has a lot of Skirmishers, he's even being raided on the left as if things couldn't get any worse, and now he has no Siege Workshop for that huge Mangonel shot to come out. Snagging that Chemistry upgrade. I mean, on the flip side, Liereyy has most of his Arbalest on the left, right? So he's leaving his Siege kind of unescorted, so... But how do you kill the Rams?
No, most of his Arbalest are in the middle of DauT's eco, killing everything. DauT is in so much trouble right here, as Liereyy is surely going to close this out. I don't see how DauT is going to be able to come back from this. He might be a great player, and he might be able to come back from a lot of things, but I don't think he can come back from this. And indeed, it will be the GG from DauT, and in a 3-0 sweep. I can't believe I'm saying this, but Liereyy will get the victory over DauT in the grand final of our second qualifier, and he just got his ticket to Gamescom.
That he did, which is going to be such an exciting Age of Empires 2 LAN event. Congratulations, Liereyy. GG well played on both sides. Liereyy with the clean 3-0 sweep and just some incredibly impressive Britons play. Closing it out there with some light cavalry to exploit the Elite Skirmisher's minimum range. I mean, that was an immaculately well-played series.
Yeah, that was so well played from Liereyy. He looked great in every single game he played. And to be honest, I mean, I think DauT didn't look the same as last weekend, let's put it that way. DauT didn't seem to be as sharp this weekend, and I'm a little bit disappointed in that because, you know, he gave Viper a great run for his money last weekend. You know, let's just put this into perspective, right? DauT takes Viper 2 games from Viper in last weekend's series. Viper won 3-2. Now Liereyy 3-0's DauT. Does that mean that Liereyy can be better than the Viper?
Ooh, that is the question. And that is one of many reasons why you guys should tune in to future Escape AoE events. You can find links to all their stuff underneath their Twitch channel and everything. And you should definitely make sure to tune into Qualifiers C, D, and the Gamescom LAN for more entertaining games like this. Hopefully more closer series. I think DauT put up a great fight here, but fingers crossed for future, like, 3-2.
Yeah, I mean, I do like to see longer games. I do like to see series that are a little closer. I expected DauT to be the favorite here, and unbelievably, Liereyy comes in from the back. Getting a 3-0 victory is fantastic. He gets, look at the KD as well, nearly doubled the kills at the end there. Such a conclusive victory for him.
Stream Elements.
In that third one.
Stream Elements says that Liereyy won 3-2. Rigged confirmed.
What? Oh, no. Oh no!
We all knew it was rigged, boys. This whole tournament was a sham. Age of Empires 2 isn't real.
Oh crap! Okay, I think I can fix that. Don't worry. I'll look into that. Apologies for that error, but less about that right now. We'll come back to that later. Rez, thank you very much for tuning in. Tuning in? What? Well, you were tuning in, I guess. Thanks for joining me here and casting these games to me. Of course, you guys can go to Rez's channel on YouTube and on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/Resonance22 and youtube.com/Resonance22 channel. And I'm going to type co-caster in the chat as well, so your link is in the chat there. You can click on that and follow Rez over there.
Thank you so much, Zach, for both the plug and inviting me today. As always, it's a pleasure. I really enjoy co-casting with you, and we've done plenty of them, which you can find on our respective channels if you're interested in more awesome AoE2 action. And that's basically, well, that's all Zach uploads, so plenty more there that you can find as well on ZeroEmpires, both on Twitch and on YouTube. I will see you all in a future tournament soon, and enjoy it like the rest of you all, watching the future games in this one and seeing how they turn out. As always, have a wonderful day. Thank you for having me, Zach, and I'll see you all next time.
Yes, indeed.
Or should I stay for the interview, or are you just going to do
that? Is there an interview?
Is there an interview? I just got pinged, so...
We have Liereyy for an interview. Well, guys, don't go anywhere just yet. We have Liereyy for an interview.
Just kidding!
As I'm just finding out. Yeah, let's get Liereyy in here, man. I want to hear from the guy. He, as well, was casting the finals of the All-Star League, which is pretty awesome. So, yeah, let's go up into the general channel. We'll join him, right? Let's do that.
Yes, let's do that. And while we're doing that, I would appreciate it if...
hear me?
We can hear you. And congratulations, man. You just beat DauT 3-0. What was that?
Yeah, seriously, congrats.
Thanks a lot. I don't know, it's just... I don't know, pretty amazing, I would say.
Congratulations. Yeah, you're feeling good right now after that. I mean, last weekend, DauT went to the final versus Viper and took 2 games from Viper. And then you come in this weekend and 3-0 him in a clean sweep. How are you feeling about going to Gamescom to start? Let's talk about that.
I just feel amazing. I'm so happy I qualified. Looking forward to go to the Gamescom, and yeah, feeling great.
Awesome. Rez, do you have any questions for Liereyy before we before I ask anything?
Actually, yes. Once again, congratulations. Seriously, you played a fantastic, really entertaining series. It's always a pleasure to cast your games. I would like to know a little bit about how you feel about the Britons versus Indians matchup.
I guess it's a tricky one, I would say. Obviously, Britons, in my opinion, have the advantage if you get extra sheep from the middle or from the corners. So you can do a proper Rush of C. But then again, most people choose to do skirms, Rush of C skirms against Britons, which is it's an okay-ish move, but if the crossbow player plays it right and does some mangolas at the start and pushes him, then I think the crossbow player, like Britons, should win, in my opinion.
Well, I appreciate the analysis. It was really interesting to see all that come into play, particularly with the extra range that you had.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you, I know you've been playing a bit of Hearthstone recently. You've been playing a bit of LoL. Does this mean now that you've qualified to the Gamescom LAN, and obviously there's a $6,000 prize pool, which is well within your grasp, are you going to be focusing hard on AOC over the next month?
For sure. I will full focus AOC now, HD. I'm gonna practice, and yeah.
All right.
Hope for the best.
And you know, who might your practice partner be? Who do you think you'll be going to get those practice games in?
Well, I already practiced some games with Tato, like some Team Islands games and other stuff, other maps, and I don't know. Might practice with Tato more. It's a lot of fun, and yeah, a good challenge.
What's your favorite class in Hearthstone?
My favorite what?
Your favorite class in Hearthstone?
My favorite hero, you mean?
Yeah.
Or
yes. Sorry, sometimes I call them classes from World of Warcraft. Tough question.
My favorite hero. Hard to say. I think Mage.
Ah, good choice. That's my favorite one too. Good man.
Snap. Let's make 3. So anyway, go back to your series so far, or your performance today. I want to go back to the game you played on Team Islands versus MBL. You took Team Islands as your home map. That really surprised me, and I want to know your reasoning for choosing Team Islands there.
Well, like I already said before, I practiced quite a lot of games, water maps with Tato, and I improved pretty quick. And yeah, I thought I would have a good chance against MBL on water, since he is a super strong land map player.
Yeah, and you were right. You got the win there as well. And then, of course, when DauT took Team Islands as his home map against you, I guess you were prepared. Yeah, I mean, I feel like today you capitalized on every opportunity you could. You were quick to get your landing across on team islands and harassed out on the land. In the first game, you were really, you kept up the pressure from the start. Do you feel like your play style is much more favoring like the high aggression rather than the wall and boom?
Yeah, I think my play style is more like for aggressive strats, for like microing and stuff. Also, managing the economy while you micro and all that stuff, and attacking from more places and all those things.
Awesome. Rez, do you have any more questions? I mean, this interview was thrown on us like at the last second, so we weren't spoiled. So I had no time to prepare.
Yeah, normally I would have prepared questions.
Yeah, same. We can always take some questions from the chat as well.
Yeah, I didn't really have any questions prepared for this. All I know is that it was an entertaining series. You had some sick micro, and I like the Britons pick. I feel like you leveraged that really well, and it's... you also have your Italians play is very consistent, too.
Sorry, what?
I was reading the chat as well. Heart's just being Heart in there. I just wanted to say, or ask you, I guess. I just wanted to ask you, now that you are qualified through, do you think we'll be able to see you next weekend or the weekend after to do a little bit of casting as well?
Yeah, sure. I can do that if you want to.
Yeah, that would be awesome. And it was great to have you on for the All-Star League final. And it would be good to have you back as well. Now that you're qualified, you can say what you like. You don't have to worry about focusing just on your games. You can actually be casting as well.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. It would be a pleasure for me.
All right. So a chat from the question from Reaper. How much coffee do you drink?
Coffee? I don't drink any coffee.
There you go. You can have godly micro without tons of caffeine.
So I just want to be clear with chat here. This confirms that if you drink coffee, it makes you worse at Age of Empires 2, and to get good, you don't drink coffee.
I have a question for you. Do you have any pre-game rituals? Is there anything you do before a game or during a game to help you focus, or anything like that? Well, we spoke to Tato a couple of weeks ago, and he told us that he likes to listen to a certain playlist right before he plays to get him into the zone.
I don't really have anything of that. Usually during the games, like after the game is over, I usually drink something, but I guess most of the people do that, so...
Yeah. But you don't drink coffee, that's the important thing.
No, not yet, at least.
No kafefi here. Chat's asking a silly question. What's your favorite Pokemon?
What is this question?
I bet you weren't prepared to answer these questions.
Yeah, well, for sure. Is this a question from Heart?
Yeah, it
sure
probably is. Everyone was
questions.
Everyone was spamming that one, so...
I don't know. I don't even know which Pokemons are there. Like,
confirmed. The more you know about Pokemon, the worse you are at Age of Empires 2. Confirmed.
Well, you can't know everything about every game, right? And I mean, you're a young guy. I mean, I can't imagine you even played the Pokemon on the Game Boy Color.
I did when I was younger, but that was like 10 years ago or even longer. So
nice, cool.
Arcanine's my favorite.
Which one, sorry, Rez?
Arcanine? I like Arcanine.
Oh, Arcanine. I thought you would... Yeah. Awesome. Anyway, I don't think we have any more questions right now, but it would be great to get you back in future weeks to get you casting here. And of course, congratulations once again, Liereyy. We will see you at Gamescom in Cologne in August. And I'm super excited to meet you as well, because we'll get to see each other face to face. And we'll get some pictures taken, and we'll get you on the stage. And I guess one final thing, who do you think is going to join you on that stage at Gamescom? We already have the Viper, we have you, but there's 2 more spots remaining.
Great question.
I think DauT is going to take one qualifier, considering how he played. He just almost won everyone, and is still playing at the top level. Then the 4th one will be between Tato and Abiel, I would say. Although I would give Tato a bit of an advantage.
Yeah, I think that's probably pretty
Sounds
spot
pretty reasonable,
on.
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, MBL on a good day could take games from Tato, but you know, Tato is always going to have the water maps on in his side, and depending on how the randomness goes, because obviously the map pack could throw a water map out, or it could throw a land map out. Yeah, that could favor Tato in that case. But anyway, thank you very much for joining us for a little interview here, and thanks everyone for sticking around and tuning into the stream this weekend. We will, of course, see you next weekend, 15 GMT, and I think that wraps everything up here for now.
Yeah, we really appreciate your time. Thank you for joining us, and I look forward to seeing your future games in the tournament, man. And yeah.
Thanks a lot. I'm looking forward to cast next week as well. So yeah.
Next week. All right, there you go. we'll nail down a time. But yeah, thanks a lot, Liereyy. And anything before we go, Rez?
Very quickly, what's your favorite civilization to play?
Not
like not most OP, just one that you find fun.
Yeah, I find Britons and Vietnamese fun. Those are two are my favorite civilizations, since they mostly have archers and micro, and so yeah.
Well, thank you, man. All right, we'll hope to see everybody next week for more Escape AoE action. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.